Well, we just saw Endicott come out victorious over the Colorado School of Mines, champions of the D3 final, and now we turn to the Division II final. Vassar taking on University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. If you were watching last year, this is a repeat, and we are so excited to bring you this showdown. My name is Bree Kim, and I am joined by Lance Kavanaugh in the booth. Now, we are in Houston, Texas for the 2024 D2 Championship Final. This is taking place at SaberCats Stadium. Now, these are two very familiar teams who will battle it out today. Right now, we're taking a look at some highlights from Vassar yesterday. Jude Robinson will be calling their name many a time, I'm sure, today, as we take a look at Sophia Bailey also scoring another try. Here is the second of 3 tries that Robinson scored yesterday. Clearly a big threat that Eau Claire will have to take care of today if they want to emerge victorious. We'll take a look at them in a second. But Vassar taking care of business yesterday, winning 39-27 over Coast Guard. Now we take a look at the other side. Wisconsin-Eau Claire in the blue here, facing off against Cincinnati. We see many tries here scored by multiple players across the board, shutting this team out 36-0. Here we take a look at Caitlin Scadaboo out on the wing. She was a threat yesterday, as we see her take another run here, this time laying it off for teammate Maggie Banky. Eau Claire just looking so lethal. They are the 2-time reigning champions. They are looking to go and get a third one. We'll talk a little bit about how both of these teams got here once the game kicks off. But right now, looking at both teams running out onto the pitch, you see Vassar in the gray and maroon, Eau Claire in the blue. Now, as we can take a look at how Vassar got here, undefeated this season so far, looking to make a perfect mark and trying to hoist that trophy. As we will now take a look at Eau Claire and how they got here. They had an interesting season after going back-to-back championships. They actually stumbled, losing in the conference semifinal in the Great Waters Conference, thinking that their postseason dreams were absolutely dashed. And then it was an at-large bid that rescued them. And now they are back here ready to take care of business. As we look at the rosters, first taking a look at the Vassar forwards. We'll talk about them in a second. Take a look at Jacoby, initially the starting 12 last year, and has since moved to the front row, has clearly been such a threat for this forward pack. Very mobile there. As we take a look now at the backs, we already talked about Sophia Bailey, All-American at number 9, and Jude Robinson. Watch out for them today. Very exciting depth as we move to Eau Claire, the forwards here, and just keeping an eye out for Larson, Schmelzer, and of course, co-captain Kaylin Moore at the number 8. As we switch to the backs now, number 12, other co-captain Chloe Chamberlain, who has been with this squad since their debut in the NCR. Lots of experience, so leading both on and off for this squad, looking to unleash her fellow teammates. As we see the center ref, Tom Foley here, assisted by the full referee staff, AR's Raven Jones, Peyton Oliva, and of course Dave Haynes as the TMO today. You see Vassar just getting ready for the kickoff on the left side of your screen, again in the gray and red. We'll be kicking off from left to right to Eau Claire in the blue. Very excited for this match to round out what has been a very entertaining weekend for all teams in the NCR. Take a look at the weather conditions as well. We'll get some insight a little bit later from Lance Kavanaugh as we get underway. Minute 1 of this D2 final. Kickoff not received cleanly, but has gone backwards, says Tom Foley. And so will be Eau Claire, but facing immense pressure. And so we will play the knock-on from the kickoff, so it will be an Eau Claire scrum as I bring in my counterpart here, Lance Kavanaugh. Now, Lance, you saw both of these teams play yesterday. What are we expecting to see today?
We're expecting to see the best in D2 competing for a national championship. Pay attention to how aggressive Vassar has been already in the first 30 seconds, counter-rucking. They want to match that physicality battle because it snuck his way into last year's championship, and they don't want that to happen again.
And talk about that pressure, Lance, as immediately Vassar turns over that defensive scrum, and now they have possession in this 22. Already looking good here. Immense support, as you can see. That is McKinney taking that ball in now. As Bailey looks to get that ball, but it has been spilled. And now Eau Claire cleaning it up. They have regained possession here as they look to set up for an exit. Ball goes backwards, so a little bit of chaos there. However, that pass goes forwards. Initially went backwards from Ludi, but that pass ultimately letting them down. And so now Vassar, scrum at the 5, looking very imposing here.
If we just look at the first minute and 30 seconds, both teams can play fast, both teams can get the ball back, and both teams are going to bring the intensity. This is exciting already.
Bailey gets that ball in cleanly. But ball has been won by Eau Claire. Immense pressure from the Eau Claire forwards. As Eau Claire just looks to settle that ball down, relieve some pressure on themselves. Talk about defensive stands so far from both teams in the scrums. That will be exciting to watch in a set piece all game. Cleaned up there by May Bean. Ludi gets that ball out. Cleaned up nicely there by Eau Claire. Looking to work the midfield here. About 10 meters out. Ball gets messy though. Already pressure in these rucks, and Vassar reaps the rewards. It is yet another turnover. Vassar now on the attacking 5.
Vassar being so confrontational in every one of these tackle situations and every ruck has already given dividends. Continuing that through the course of the game might bode well for him.
Keep an eye on the 8-man here. Usually you see kind of right in the middle of the scrum, and referee has now blown up this scrum, calling a free kick, an early drive there from the Vassar scrum, so that is a turnover for Eau Claire, so an error that Vassar will not want to make again, as we see Kirsten Larson go in with the carry. Eau Claire yet again looking to play out this ball. What a big hit there. Getting that carry, exiting out. That was Halen Geiger exiting their defensive 22. Eau Claire again. See that replay in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen as we look to see another break here. Getting close to the midfield. Good, nice tackle from Robinson. Eau Claire has a lot more breathing room now. May Bean getting the go forward again. Grimm looking to dig that ball out. Ludi just playing it nice and simple to Dexheimer. You can tell that they're already using their forwards an immense amount to really break down the doors, get that go forward here. But Vassar does well, disciplined on the defense. And that pressure ultimately at yet another turnover for Vassar. Some great defense there. Ali Pettis not able to keep it in her hands, and it will be another Vassar scrum.
Pay attention to the defense of Jude Robinson on the back end, able to make the tackle on that line break. She had a lot of work to do yesterday in the back end. But before we get to that, big collision in the middle of the field. If this is going to be a physical matchup with big hits, I'm excited for the next 70 minutes. I'm telling you now.
And Lance, we haven't even gotten into the history yet from last year's final. We just frankly haven't had the time to do so yet. Already so much action going on here. Vassar now containing this ball. Look at all those bodies just within the 5-10 meters.
13 needs to roll out of there.
Not rolling away. Penalty called on Maggie Benke, and immediately Bailey goes for the quick tap, knowing that they are not ready. Not back 10 yet. Finally taken down. Vassar, so much support. Quick to the ruck. But a good tackle there from captain Chloe Chamberlain. Picked up by others there.
No hands now, Boo, no hands.
Clear comms from the referee. Glad we can hear his mic all throughout this game, but just look at how many bodies from Vassar there, just making sure that they are solidifying each and every ruck if you take a look at last year's final, if you had a chance to rewatch it, both of these teams putting so much pressure in the rucks, in the breakdowns. So you know that as both of these teams prepped for this weekend, they made sure to shore that up. Vassar exemplifying that right now as they are knocking on the door here. About 8 meters out now from the try line. Bailey gets it out to McKinney. McKinney still on her feet, finally taken down. Looking to play out wide there. We have an overload here. Jude Robinson with the ball. Robinson keeping it going from yesterday. Jude Robinson scores the first try of the match for Vassar. It is now 5-0 with just 6 minutes into the match. Jude Robinson, Lance, has just been such a standout all weekend.
Throughout the course of the season, she has stepped up. They have stepped up big for their squad. This try seems as much of a deja vu moment as any. Forward, setting the table, bringing all of the Eau Claire defense to the middle of the field, and out of the back to their speedster powerhouse Robinson, taking 5 early in this matchup. This bodes well for Vassar. The physicality, the intensity has boded well. They have 5 points early on.
Exactly how Vassar wanted to start out this match. As we get ready for the first conversion kick. Slotted through very nicely there. So that takes it up to 7-0 Vassar in the first 6 minutes of this match. Now, last year, let's revisit the final. University of Wisconsin Eau Claire won that match 32-29. There were 5 lead changes in that match. Vassar had 2 yellow cards in that match. So the drama from last year's final heading into this. It's 7-0 right now, but something tells me it's going to stay quite close. We might even see a strike back from Eau Claire very soon as they get kicked off underway again. Vassar cleans that up nicely, but has to fight off this pressure. Looking to pick and go off the right-hand side is Emma Niehaus. But immediately poached by Eau Claire here. And so Lauren Grimm will get this ball started on the attack. Going back on the weak side here. Perhaps Maddie Hudson spotting some numbers. Foley calling the advantage for Eau Claire, so they will play on here. Keeping that ball alive is Caitlin Moore.
Still on your penalty, 9.
Seeing some movement there. Nice little dynamic movement from Ludi. Able to get that ball away here. Here's Sarah Rid. Excuse me, that is Banky. Banky shiving off one and eventually gets tackled out of bounds. But again, some brilliance here, some attacking prowess that we are seeing from Eau Claire. Furthest we've seen them go down the field, and we'll expect to see them put immense pressure on.
Here's my mark, second pod, number 8. Take a little step
They
out.
gave up a lot of line breaks around the edge yesterday.
Keep it open, Blue.
Half break down the middle and an offload to speedsters is going to be an issue for Vassar. Inside move off the left foot, but immediately Sophia Bailey, who has been an absolute powerhouse for this squad throughout the years, saving the try.
And Vassar gets that ball, and they will play out. They have an advantage, as you can hear from the ref's mic. Vassar looking to go back towards the midfield, starting to break out of their 22 here. Nice tackle there from Chamberlain. It looks like advantage has played out, and now the penalty going the other way here, not releasing. And so Eau Claire knocking on the door here under May Bean. May Bean picks up this ball, looking for Vassar bodies to attack. Some nice work there on the ground from Bean. Picking and going around the left side of the ruck. Continuing the forward dominance here as they set up for yet another pick here. But met immediately with Vassar pressure. Looks like they will go again.
No more.
Again, just trying to commit as many Vassar defenders as they can. However, turnover again, and it will be Vassar. Sophia Bailey on the run, looking to sprint out of her 22, shaking off a few defenders, manages to shake off that jersey grab. Will she go all the way? This is Sophia Bailey. Bailey Going through the 22, being chased down, hits the 5, but it won't be enough in the chase down. Sophia Bailey just puts another slash through. Second try after a huge defensive turnover.
Sophia Bailey, that is her 34th try of the season. And keep in mind, if there's a quick tap moment, she is the one to get the ball and take it the distance, always catching teams out of sorts, not organized, and able to shake off the jersey grab, keep her balance, inside step, and the foot race is hers to win. That try right there shows exactly who this Vassar team is. You're not paying attention, they will strike and put 5 on the board.
Sophia Bailey, the junior from Arlington, Virginia, has moved to the scrum half position this year. Did not start out there initially, had played on the wing before, and there's been quite a number of moves in this Vassar roster position-wise, but you can already see, I mean, just look at that speed that you typically see on the wing there. Sophia Bailey just knowing that maybe she's got some pressure, but just the confidence knowing she's going to take it to the house there. Has settled in quite nicely at the scrum half position for this Vassar squad. Yet another threat here as Eau Claire looks to regain some composure, gets that nice high and 11 kick underway. Immediately met by some pressure from Scadaboo, but Vassar cleans it up here. Again, just quick off the pick and goes, but this one goes a little bit further now. This is Yasmin Kasim-Scott here, taking it about 20 meters, looking for some support, but does not have any. Eau Claire immediately poaching that ball. They have turned it over now. Great chase from Lauren Grimm to be able to win that back for her squad. But Vassar putting on so much pressure in this counter ruck. Eau Claire fighting them off. Grimm sends it off to Bean. Bean to Larson. Larson takes it in now. Looking to play out to the backs here, but an intercept here. Intercept from Madeline Sumrow. Sumrow to Wing Dormashkin. And it is Vassar yet again. Number 3. 3 unanswered tries so far, Lance, for this Vassar team.
If you happen to watch last year's championship game, you would know that that game was an absolute barn burner. Both teams showing up in absolute dominant fashion, back and forth heavyweight matchup. But here, Vassar is just quicker on the draw, able to intercept and get the offload away. Take a bow as Vassar extends this early lead. Just jump in the passing lane. The pass is just lazily thrown. And as soon as hands was on the ball and the offload was away, you can see the enthusiasm from this Vassar side. Everyone's excited, and they seem like they have the energy right now, the momentum right now.
And that has been converted by Sophia Lynch. So that will take it to 19-0. And this Eau Claire team, Lance, looking a little bit shell-shocked here. Looked like they had done some work to regain possession, but just like that, an intercept, and now they're down 19-0, asking more and more questions of themselves.
After giving up a big line break, able to get the ball back, still in the fight, but one mistake after that, and the score is mounting 19-0, but there's more rugby to come.
Plenty more rugby to come, 15 minutes into this first half. And again, Vassar with the possession now. Looks very familiar to what we just saw a few minutes ago, but stolen there from Captain Chamberlain. Eau Claire securing that possession here. Geiger looking for answers here. Just over midfield is this Eau Claire attack as Grimm digs it out of the bottom of the ruck. Ludi ready for it now. Looking to escape. This Vassar defense is rid, but gets tied up by 2 Vassar defenders here. Looking to still play the same way. Not a lot of options on that side, but takes it up vertically is Dexheimer. No really other options to play from there. as they look to reset. Eau Claire going the other way now. Again, just so much pressure from this Vassar side, starting to go backwards. They're about 10 meters back from where they were before. Just looking to avoid a lot of rucks, a lot of breakdowns is this Eau Claire side. But in doing so, they're finding themselves further and further back, but great little collision there from Scottaboo, winning that point of contact. Bean takes it up there, takes it at pace. Eau Claire still about 15 meters back from where they originally started, but still stringing together phases. Looking to break gain line somehow, looking for answers as a gap is spotted here. Now Caitlin Moore making up some more meters here.
Backwards.
Ball goes backwards, says the ref, and now they'll play it out to the edge. Beats the edge here now, as we see streaking down the sideline is Scottaboo. Scottaboo met by instant contact. What a hit there from Robinson, and that will be a knock-on turnover to Vassar.
Robinson placing the stamp on this matchup immediately. Early try, multiple line break stops from the fullback position, and this hit right here is what you ask for in big games. Jarring the ball loose, big contact, and Vassar is doing everything right at this moment. Even when they make a mistake, even when Eau Claire has the forefoot, they find a way to capitalize and reverse tide.
Finding those adversarial moments is this Vassar side, and right now that is the big advantage for them. Just looking confident and composed here as we see a big crash here from Maniatis. Set piece play here from the backs as we see ball go out to Jude Robinson just moments ago. Made a big defensive play. Now on the attack here. Ball spits out loose and it will get knocked forward, and so go on play is the advantage. Ball no longer going Eau Claire's way, so the referee will break it up now. So it will be the Eau Claire scrum, but let's take another look at that hit there.
I mean, when it's one-on-one, one-on-three, you got to step up big, able to get that right paw right across the ball.
Coach.
Easy knock-on for the ref to call, and big-time moment defensively for this Vassar side.
Big moment there as a look to find another one as they defend this scrum here. Going straight to hands now, finally getting an insert from Rid. Rid lets that ball off. It's again in the hands of Scottaboo. Scottaboo looking to streak again, not wanting another replay of that. Last moment, does get tackled by Robinson, but ball remains in play for Eau Claire here. Hudson tackled by two Vassar defenders. Looking to regain shape are the Blue Golds. We see a one-on-one match here. Gormishkin finally taken down. Haslam Scott, nice little change of hands and with the fend as well. But Vassar putting in more players in this ruck. Eau Claire doing well to stave it off. Carry from Larson, now a meter lost or so. Feeling the pressure from the Vassar counter ruck. They're having to consolidate here. And Vassar getting the best of it, winning that ball from the ruck. And who is it again? It's Bailey. And Vassar once again on the attack. And there's a whistle blown now. Looks like Bailey had a hard fall in that last phase. She's slow to get up, but we'll see her back on her feet now. Sometimes you just have those awkward moments in the ruck, Lance, so glad to see her back on her feet.
They need her. They need her to step up for the entirety of this match. Leading try scorer for a reason. We got to see a burst from her already. We've already seen what is possible with Sophia Bailey on the field. Got to keep her upright. Not only does she lead from the front, not only does she help organize the offensive attack, but what she's done defensively over the course of the year, and even today saving a try, just shows how important she has been for this Vassar side.
Absolutely. Some good comms there between her and the forwards as they look to get set, have something drawn up. We'll see what they try to unfold here. Goes straight down the channel. Initially did well to try to recover that ball, but ball does get bobbled. Goes to Eau Claire. Talk about that collision. Big carry there from Eau Claire. You take a look at it in the corner of your screen. Ball continues to play. What a nice gap spotted by Eau Claire. Looking to decelerate and then accelerate yet again is Chamberlain. Stays in play. And in from the side calls the referee. So we'll be quick tapped here from Rid, but Foley calls her back, says it wasn't quite on the mark. Former scrum half always hated that. Bean taps and goes. Looks for the Vassar pack to attack. Rudy right there playing just a nice easy pass. Unfortunately doesn't go quite to hands though, and just a handling error there from Walrath, but is comforted by her teammate. Lance, just some stops and starts we're seeing from Eau Claire. They can be so dangerous, but just not able to string together the phases that they want to see right now.
I think we're seeing a Vassar side who might have better athletes on the edge. So as Eau Claire finds space on that outside edge 15-meter channel, they're just getting tracked and chased down from the inside. Have to find a way to connect better. They find themselves in a lot of 2-on-1s, 3-on-1 situations where just moving the ball can eliminate some of those defenders in the path. But Eau Claire has shown offensively, when they move the ball to space, when they play wide, when they play expansive rugby, they can be dangerous as well. Just have to find a way to finish on the back end of some of these line breaks.
Kaylin Geiger just getting tended to there. Just getting that blood taken care of. And so play will restart in just a moment here. Get a shot of Caitlin Scadaboo, who's already had so many touches on the ball this game. Scored one or two tries yesterday, also assisted in a few others. Clearly such a big threat for the Eau Claire side. But Vassar on the attack now, looking to go 8-man pick to Bailey. Bailey sucking in the two defenders there, tried to get it wrestled out there, but retains possession.
No, get out of that, 8. Good job, 8.
Tang keeps that ball backwards for team. Again, just 4 or 5 players in that Vassar counter ruck. They do not want to lose any poaches. Again, ball goes out the back to Robinson. Robinson sucking in players, keeps that ball in hand. Immediately picked up. The defense looking a little bit fragmented, but what a great poach there from Eau Claire. I think that might have been May Bean who just immediately snatched that up. Impressive defensive moment there. Eau Claire now back on the attack, looking to spread it wide. Vassar defense nowhere to be found here. Good timing there. Scottaboo having to fend off quite a few defenders, stays in bounds again. Just really doing a good job of stretching that width. Now going back into the midfield. You can see just 3-4 defenders on the right-hand side. Might be a mismatch there if Eau Claire can get it out. But Vassar does well to reorganize. Ludi gets that ball out. Moore gets it off out to the wing, now handled by Rid. Just looking for some numbers here as Geiger takes it up herself, supported by Schmelzer. And Eau Claire has options, but just not attacking at enough pace, I think, but does well to keep moving meters downfield. Now inside the 22 here. But Vassar just meeting them with their one-on-one tackles. Grimm looking for the next option here. Ludi gets it out, looking for that edge. Here's an edge here. Now we're exposed on the right-hand side. Burmishkin does well to tackle here. Ball lost forward. And what looked to be so exciting there, Lance, for Ali Pettis. Unfortunately, a turnover again. Just another opportunity goes begging for Eau Claire.
And they've shown that they can put some phases together. They've shown that they can attack, but just can't get around the winger fullback scrum half of this Vassar side. The inside pressure chasing down some of these Eau Claire ball carriers. But this is still early in this matchup. 25 minutes, there's an eternity of rugby still ahead of us. And this Wisconsin side can put up points when they need to, for sure.
Absolutely. There's 15 minutes left in this first half. Vassar again attacking off of their set piece here. And again, it's the same back play that they are playing off the scrum, going out the back to Robinson. But this time, going back to an advantage here. Looked like it was a high tackle that was called earlier. And so we'll go back to Tom Foley's original mark. Let's see what Vassar chooses to do here. Looks like they're going to go for touch. Will be Sabine Wheel who takes this. Was formerly playing the 13 position last year. Has now slotted into 10. Zoe Lynch, who played fly half last year, has moved out to the wing. So some changes here on the Vassar side. Some depth that they seem to be able to play with. So we get a good shot, several different shots of the supporters who are out here. It's kind of a warmer day in Houston than it was yesterday. High 60s. Looks like the rain has held off for now. But as you can see, wet conditions from the day makes it for a little bit of a slower game here. And so it will go back Vassar's way, and it will be a scrum. And seeing a lot of good opportunities from Eau Claire on the attack, but looks like when they are able to get that ball out, there's a lot of drifting, and when you're drifting, it makes it really hard to play flat-out passes to your teammates out wide. Sometimes results in more knock-ons or forward passes that we maybe have seen play out the last few opportunities. So we'll see if they can take care of that, make those adjustments. But for now, Vassar again on the attack. Bailey shaking off another defender, gets tripped. Robinson will take this one off of the ruck.
No hands in there, no hands.
Again, just big support here. See Bailey sitting on the ground there. Again, slow to get up. Massive turnover from Eau Claire. Looks like Vassar tried to add additional support, but it came in from the side. You must go directly behind. Through the gate is what we say on those rucks. So has been penalized. Eau Claire through Geiger on the attack now.
No, Sabin, get out. Thank you. Nice job.
Bean looking which side to go, chooses the right.
Stay your feet, Blue. Stay your feet.
Been so impressed with the groundwork that Bean does. Every extra meter that you can fight for on the ground makes it so much easier for your team here. So look to pick left this time through Dexheimer.
Advantage.
Playing the advantage. You can see the Vassar player not rolling away on the ground there. And as they get driven backwards, Foley will call it back. So again, quick tap here now from Geiger. Good little recognition from Geiger there, big carry. And now Eau Claire getting closer to that 5, looking for the options. Moody out to Benke. Benke gets tied up, good tackle there from Lynch. Bit of a looping pass there, but able to be cleaned up from Bean. Can Eau Claire clean up this ruck here? Body's not able to stay up, but looks like it was enough for Foley, and so Vassar turns it over yet again. Bailey trying to catch everyone off sides, finally gets that pass off to Dormishkin. Dormishkin now gets tackled just outside of the 15-meter channel. Vassar back on the attack here, just looking to go quickly, playing with a high tempo. Makes it so hard to get set on defense if you just keep going backwards. Eau Claire, again, backpedaling there. Finally, with a positive tackle, and now Eau Claire is going to try to put more pressure on the ruck. Bailey gets it out now. A switch back inside. Met by a sea of blue defenders.
I'm okay with her hand there, that's fine.
Does well to call her teammates out of that already won ruck. Ball does hit the deck though. And now Eau Claire turning that ball over. looking to attack out wide now. Let's see what happens. Ball hits the deck though. Pressure from Lynch. And so they will have to settle for a ruck, waiting for their teammates to get set and organized, to have options. This one goes to Scatterboot. You can hear Foley communicating so well with the players on the ground to make it clear what the picture is that he is looking for. So look, could go back to the right side. Shooter from Vassar, so elects to take it herself now. Getting that offload. Walrath gets tripped up. Vassar looking for hands in the ruck. Foley says no. And we'll be bean again.
Don't get tempted there, Greg.
A lot of bodies on the ground there for Vassar. It's messy there for Eau Claire, but Grimm able to dig it out. Ludi spots the gap here, shakes one off, gets through, but then is finally tackled by Robinson. They'll look to play quickly now. Back out on the left side of the field is Eau Claire. Eau Claire gets it out now to Scatterboot. Scatterboot shakes off that next defender, has more work to do, keeps driving her feet, looking for options now. Ball hits the deck, goes forward for Eau Claire, and Vassar is there yet again. Turns that ball over, and Vassar says no thank you. And it gets taken back for the knock. You can see Banky down on the ground, but Lance, just the drama that keeps ensuing in these last few minutes.
Could you please give me a second to catch my breath? This back and forth action. Again, these Vassar defenders are not giving the try line up easily. Big hits everywhere. Run downs from the inside out. Quick taps off a penalty. This is the exciting rugby that we asked for. But the hits keep coming. Earlier in the day, Bluya, big hit in the middle of the field. Bailey running through and around multiple defenders. Big stiff arms in the middle of this pitch. And I have to say, the scoreline might say 19-0, but this is a heavyweight matchup that is very close on the scorecards. This hit right here causing a knock-on earlier in this first half. Rugby is great, and we're watching great rugby.
Coming from great American rugby, Lance Kavanaugh. I couldn't have said it better myself. Huge hits, and Lance is right, it's 19-0, but it's definitely settled into a bit of a hum the last 5 minutes or so, probably more than that. Huge defensive play just now from Vassar, so they will play out of their own end. Great line there from Vassar. I believe that was Sumro who intercepted it earlier, but loved a little inline, a little underline. However, another turnover here. Tom Foley.
And you push it away. You're lucky it's not a yellow. Back 10.
And Tom Foley giving a very stern warning to Vassar. Now look, if you get penalized with that ball, you got to leave that ball right where it happened. And so Foley penalizing them another 10 for throwing that ball away, a delay of game there. So Vassar, a little bit of misconduct as Eau Claire now back on the attack. And just hits the right hand of Moore. Wasn't able to collect that cleanly. And it is again Vassar ball.
And again, a multitude of issues. Great opportunity for Wisconsin Eau Claire to attack right outside the 22-meter tap and go situation, but unable to cleanly get the ball all the way out to their outside wingers. This is where the weather has really affected the game and might be part of the reason why the scoreline is what it is right now.
I think you're right, Lance. It's a much slower game. Still seeing lots of great runs, but just not quite as fast as yesterday. And of course, both teams fatigued after playing hard 80 minutes yesterday. It's all about the recovery, but asking a team to recover in just 24 hours and play at that same level, if not higher, is a huge ask for anyone, no matter what level you're playing. So battling the fatigue, battling the conditions, it's all for school pride here and this national title on the line. As we are 33 minutes in, Vassar up 19-0. Has had a lot of possession this game so far and just able to string together more phases. Good pressure initially from Chamberlain, but was cleaned out by this Brewers side.
over.
Advantage over, calls Foley. And again, just retaining possession, keeping her feet now. Does a really nice job there. Vassar just staying a little bit more composed, but does get driven back here. Picked and goes.
No, outside.
Ball spills out, and just too good to be true for Eau Claire. If you are already offsides, you cannot collect that ball. So, Vassar getting that little break free. You can see Bailey is gassed. I would be too if I was her. So they get a moment to collect their breath, march down the field another 15 meters or so. Will be a line out just outside of the 22.
And in those situations, usually Sophia Bailey is tapping and going and putting pressure on that defense. But I think with the way that they've been going back and forth, we're trailing into the end of this first half. The decision to go to the line out and kick for territory is the best possible. Good job from this group to really find what they needed at the moment.
Yeah, great insight there. Always on a penalty, can always go with quick tap. We've seen it so many times already. Or you can slow it down, go downfield for more territory, and you can go off a set piece. And there is a penalty here. So have elected for the scrum now.
Free kick, not thrown straight, but my thoughts was if the defending team doesn't contest and lift and we play on from there, referee has other opinions. We're going to side with the referee. This scrum down is so important. Eau Claire have to clear their lines and have to get space away from their defending try line.
Yes, and misspoke there. Was not a penalty, was a free kick. And on free kicks, you have several options. You can kick downfield. You want to keep it in bounds, though, if you can. You can quick tap, or you can choose to go for the scrum. And so Eau Claire choosing to go the last option there. Ball tries to get hooked back, but goes straight out of the tunnel that you can see right there between the two scrum halves. And so when that happens, scrum just gets reset. So Grimm will look to put it back in, maybe just exchange a few words with her team, make sure the timing gets set right here. Eau Claire back line looking a little bit flat here, wondering if there's going to be a crash coming, especially because they are deep in their 22. Huge pressure from Vassar, but ball spills out the back of the scrum. Moody with a nice kick towards the right-hand side of the field, but cleaned up by Robinson. Robinson does well to go 5-10 more meters here. Good pressure from Eau Claire. They're going to continue that momentum. Quite messy in that breakdown, but Bailey able to get it out. Bailey goes to Wolf. Wolf now with the crash. Looks like Tang there with the ball now. Continuing to work the same side here, and now we get another break from Cassim Scott. Both of these teams just causing so much pressure in the breakdown, or inflicting so much pressure. Does she stay in bounds? No, it looked like initially she did, but the placement back crossed the whitewash. Eau Claire putting so much pressure on, they will get that ball back. We saw a good shot there of Rizzo wearing the Badgers sweatshirt in the background here. Brett Weir on that sideline. And of course a good shot of the team shortly after that. And a good turnout here at SaberCats Stadium, home to MLR's Houston SaberCats. Has been filled with championship rugby all weekend. This is the last match of the weekend. Just the women's D2 champions yet to be crowned here. Just a minute and a half left to play in this first half. Eau Claire looking to get out of their defensive zone, supporting this ruck, and now we'll pick and go towards the middle of the field. Continuing to go and making good meters off of that, closer to the 22 line now. Looks like they will go again, this time through Smelzer. Smelzer right at the whitewash, tackled by Tang. Moody gets that ball out, looking to go wide, spots that gap. Ball spits out loose, but is cleaned up now, and continuing to play are the Blue Goals, just really wanting to play with ball in hand here. Not looking for maybe a more typical exit play. Digging now, but trying to dig that ball out, but it was hands in the ruck. And just, again, giving Eau Claire another set of breathing room here. Dexheimer taking it in now. Eau Claire looking to play here. Continuing to look for points on the board. Can they get any on the board in the waning 20 seconds of this half? Hudson met by 2 defenders. Eau Claire looking to expose this edge here. Vassar's been giving it all game. Scattaboo has been their most positive opportunity so far in this match, but met here on that sideline, so they will look to go the other way here. Can they find a stroke of brilliance to get these points on the board? And a nice little gap here, spotted by Walrath. That's Lily Walrath getting all the way to midfield, tackled by Robinson. That's the brilliance that this team needed. And they will continue. Hudson now driven back. Eau Claire looking to get organized now. Can they find another opportunity? Goes herself is Heidi Schmelzer. Schmelzer looking to keep that ball alive, pops it off the ground, but Geiger not able to hold it cleanly. So that will be the end of the first half here. Vassar up 19-0. Lance, some thoughts to close out that half.
The team that has been on the front foot and more aggressive are up 19-0. I can't wait for the second half.
Now we've got Tyler standing on the sideline here with the Eau Claire coach.
Coach, obviously super long anticipated national championship matchup. You guys are one of the highest scoring teams in this entire tournament. Weren't able to put up any in that first. Obviously, Vassar, they have a lot of attacking threats offensively. Bailey, Robinson. What are you going to do defensively to stop them second half?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to make our tackles. I mean, I think we just got to go back doing the simple things a little bit better, come up, shift a little bit better, and I think we'll be fine. I mean, holding them to 19 is still pretty good in that first half. It's more about us than about them. We've got to make our opportunities better. We're getting through the line. We're just not getting through the fullback at the moment, where, if we do, we would put up 3 or 4 at the moment. But that's all right. We got to continue to make – that's why it's an 80-minute game and not 40, right? So.
Well, and you're here for a reason. You're obviously familiar. Thank you so much, Coach. Go talk to your team. We'll see you second half. And it's obviously a thrilling rematch for the D2 National Championship final here between Vassar and Wisconsin Eau Claire. Make sure you stay tuned because I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty good half. See you when we come back.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
With the right plan, the right team, and hard work, even the most unpredictable events can be overcome. At USI, you have the whole team on your side, protecting you from the unexpected and making sure you bounce back better than ever. We take the time to understand your concerns and provide solutions with customized game plans for you and your business. It's Major League focus and results for you, and we call it the USI One Advantage.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you cry.
And welcome back to SaberCats Stadium, where we await the second half of this Division II final. Vassar versus University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. Now, this may be a rematch of last year's final, but both teams are in unfamiliar territory this time around. Vassar with a very impressive first half, scoring 19 unanswered points, and University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire searching for answers to get on the board this second half. Now, Eau Claire in the blue, so we can take a look at Jude Robinson right there. They will get us underway with the kick. The kick does go 10. It goes out of bounds. Vassar lets it dribble out, and so they will restart play with their own line out. Now, Lance, very quick halftime for these two teams. If you're Eau Claire, what do you think that head coach Derek Wagner was telling his squad?
Support each other. They have multiple line breaks, could have scored on, just needed more help. They've had great opportunities to stop Vassar defensively and just made the mistakes. He said it himself. They have to worry about what they're doing wrong. They're still in this matchup, and it's still a good game, but they have a little bit of work to do to show their true identity that got them to this game today.
Yeah, and when we saw him being interviewed just before halftime, I mean, he looked very calm and composed. I mean, sure, it might be a scoreline that they're not used to seeing, but just as you said, plenty of time left to play. And Eau Claire now gets this ball back just a minute in, and they will restart with a quick tap. Here they go into the attacking half. Grimm looking to get that ball, looking for some support, doesn't find any, gets driven back by Wheel. Eau Claire looking to reset now. Sees the hard launch of the Vassar defense, but great little offload there to Rid. Rid streaks down the sideline, gets tackled, lots of pressure there from Vassar. Eau Claire does a very nice job to stave it off, and they have the penalty advantage. You can see the arm from the referee pointing towards their side. Moody spots a nice little gap, takes it herself. Immediately gets ripped out of the hands from Sumrow. That was legal, but it will go back to the initial penalty. Again, letting the advantage go back to Vassar.
And let's see how they counteract the aggressive defensive line speed from Vassar. They're finding a little more gaps here early in this second half.
More opportunities. You can see Ludi starting to take the ball herself some more. And I think she's got to do more of that to get them marching down the field as we see more picks here, this time through Dexheimer. Dexheimer getting some nice positive meters. If I were the Eau Claire forwards and want to keep those Vassar bodies in the ruck, show a picture that the referee will have to penalize Vassar team for. But I'm up here in the booth, so that's not my call to make. Eau Claire on the attack here. Good physicality, but immediately blown up. And it will be a penalty to Vassar. Looked like it was a bind issue of some sort, and so Vassar will take that ball back. Eau Claire will be kicking themselves there, just committing another error. This time it was on a carry, but ball does not find touch. So that is an error from Vassar. So Eau Claire cleans that up nicely. They will regain possession here. Little ball to Geiger. Man, big driving hit from Sabine Weil. She's been immense on defense. Ludi again gets that ball out, but immediately pressure from Sumro turns it into a turnover for Vassar. Again, that Vassar line speed just so lethal for Eau Claire so far. Continuing to play, you can hear the advantage called by the referee, so Vassar no longer has the advantage. I was about to say that they could play with that. Vassar just so consistent with their support here. Knows exactly where they're gonna run. This time it's through Hudson down the sideline here. Nice shape already set. Looks for a little dummy. Takes it herself. Timing not quite there for Weil. But Tang takes this one in. Eau Claire with the pressure there, but it didn't quite go through the ruck. So, playing the advantage offsides again goes Sophia Bailey. Bailey now around the corner now. Almost a hair grab there. That won't like that, but continuing to play on. And you can see probably the advantage being called there from Foley. A clean poach. But let's go back to that moment. I think it was just an error there. You could see Scottaboo immediately going over and apologizing.
Maybe a minimal hair tug, but a lot of jersey in there. But still around the neck, around the collar. Ball still in play though.
Yeah, Vassar doesn't get it out again. Again, when you're on those penalty kicks and you're trying to get the territory, ball needs to cross the sideline to get that ball back. So yet another error on the kick for touch. Eau Claire now having much more possession in these last 5 minutes. It's been a very physical game, particularly around the breakdown. We've seen a lot of big hits as well. But you can just see, again, probably a lesson from last year. Both teams just making sure that they are trying to put so much pressure on in these rucks, and conversely just have enough support to make sure that they retain the possession here. As you can see by all the Eau Claire defenders here. Now Grimm can play with it. Ludi spins it out. Looking for that edge again here, looking for support, gets that ball off. Bailey immediately there to kind of sweep, make that tackle.
No release, tackle or assist.
So Bailey initially made that tackle, rolled away, but the tackle assist did not release there. It was called by the referee, so that's why there's the penalty to Eau Claire. You must release once your teammate makes the tackle. Eau Claire again on the front foot. This time going towards the top of your screen here. See some numbers here. This time it's Chamberlain. Chamberlain, captain, streaking down the sideline. Shakes off one. Does not shake off Robinson. How about that for a defensive play?
And we've seen this scenario multiple times. Eau Claire gets a line break around the corner, down the field. Inside pressure from this defense. Stemming, pushing her further and further until Jude Robinson again with the savior tackle, stepping up big time for the squad when they needed it most.
And these are the kind of moments that you look for in championship rugby. I mean, Captain Chloe Chamberlain, one of the best players in this division, then to be met by Jude Robinson. I mean, those are the moments that we look for in this final, just the best of the best talent going head to head. You can hear the screams from the sidelines, team and fans alike. And it looks like there will be a sub here. Kirsten Larson coming off in the front row for the Blue Golds. Starting to see now, we're approaching the 50-minute mark. Start to see some subs coming in. It will be an Eau Claire scrum. You can hear that energy from the Eau Claire sideline. Looking for it. They can feel the momentum going their way. Ball makes its way back. 8-man looking for it. Goes the other way. What about a stiff arm to the face of Sophia Bailey, but Bailey able to hang on. Looking for that poach, but I don't think the tackler had rolled away quite yet, but I am wrong there. Not releasing, calls the referee, and that's going to be Vassar ball. So they will look for a kick to touch here, while just ensuring that it does go out of bounds there. Not making the same mistake again. Looks like we've got our friend there in the shot again, this time fielding the ball, getting it back to the staff on the field. Love the support that you can see right there just behind the lineout. I mean, what a shot that you can get right there. It's probably one of the best shots in rugby, the two lineouts going head to head. Ball spits out loose. Bailey just able to slip through several different defenders. This time McKinney picks it up. Niehaus now. Vassar doing a good job with the pick and goes here, but now Bailey's finally gonna get it out now. Goes through another punch through the forwards, just breaking down the house bit by bit. There's hands on the ruck. Referee says no. Eau Claire now digging through and wins this one back. Great pressure from Eau Claire. Looking to immediately spin it out. You can see their strategy, get it to the wing and go. And so they will. It's a foot race now. Looking for that pressure. Does well to keep that ball though. No knock on. Ball is out though. Grimm immediately hit by Dormishkin. Eau Claire retaining possession now, this time through Ava Smith, another finisher who has come on for the Blue Golds. Excuse me, that's Olive Surbas, just calling the wrong team there. And Tess now with the ball. Interesting finishers coming through now. Dexheimer met with some contact. Blue Golds looking for answers, but just look at that line speed of Vassar. That's a double tackle there between Sumbro and Maniatis. Blue Golds able to shore up that ruck, but are they in position to attack? Had it through Schmelzer. Looking a little bit fatigued now are the Blue Golds, just trying to find their shape and get organized off of each phase. Not a lot of options off of the ruck here and drifting towards the sideline. Needs to shore up, but here we go. Squaring up her hips now was Rid. Scattaboo just tied up, can't go anywhere. And that Vassar defense just so suffocating right now for Eau Claire. Good double tackle here between Weil and McKinney. You can tell they practiced that in training all season. Finally, Eau Claire spots a gap, gets it off to the sideline. Not able to quite shrug off that tackle is the winger. So brings it back to the midfield now, this time to Tess. Getting ready for another pick and go here. Again, just trying to suck in these Vassar defenders are the Eau Claire forwards. They will go yet again. Trying to commit as many Vassar defenders to the ruck as possible, trying to compress their defensive line a little bit. Now getting that go forward, forcing Vassar to go back. Just nice carry by Moore, and they have the advantage now. You can see the referee's arm. So they will play with the penalty advantage. Not much happening there for Eau Claire, so they will go back to the original mark.
This game has yet to have pauses and breaks. Continuous fight, continuous rugby. This is what you ask for when it's championship time. Wisconsin Eau Claire have so much to fight for. They're showing their true grit, but they have to find a way to get points.
So right, Lance, and you know, they're committing so many people to the ruck, trying to make sure that they protect that ball, but it limits their options on either side of the ruck. So they're looking for some shape, they're looking for options, but it's really just been a lot of punches, a lot of one-up runs. See if they can make something happen here. Now they look to change things up. Now they go for a nicely placed kick. Great little kick there. Are they able to recover it? And that is Eau Claire recovering that ball, this time through Rid. And now they're on the front foot there. Vassar scrambling now. Eau Claire looking to go quick. This is through Grimm. Shrubas looking to get that go forward. Breaks the game line by a meter or so. Love the change in strategy by Eau Claire. That quick kick really put them on the back feet. And here we go. Attacking now. Attacking now is Banky. Banky now down the sideline. Banky has one more to beat. Goes through Jude Robinson. Banky, will she go all the way? Will she dot it down?
I don't think she got it. I don't know if she got it.
It'll be a conversation between the referees here. I agree with you, it looked held up to me, but Raven Jones and Tom Foley will deliberate here.
Yep, try. We're gonna go TMO here, please. Put a check
So
on the
they will
ground,
go to the television match official.
The immediate contact to ground is their best chance to get it down.
Yes.
Is their arms underneath it?
Okay.
That really doesn't look down to me.
Now. Let's wait, please.
So hopefully we can hear the referee chatting with the television match official, Dave Haynes. Hopefully we can hear that conversation. We might not be able to, but now we'll take a look at the replay.
Do we have the back angle? Do we have that camera in the back of the end goal? Okay, got good. Okay.
And it is.
The blue subs, you can bring them down, please.
It is a try awarded to the Blue Goals. What about the work through Banky to score that try? And this is exactly what Eau Claire needed to get on the board. Let's take another look at this brilliant run from Maggie Banky.
Maggie finding a way to add 5, able to get past the almost guaranteed tackle from the fullback, Drew Robinson, fighting through multiple Vassar defenders to keep the ball held up, but on initial contact was able to get the ball touchdown. 19-0 turns to 19-5, and at no greater moment for Eau Claire, this championship match is heating up right in front of us.
And a good strike, but just short is the conversion, and so it will remain 19-5, still in favor of Vassar, but oh man, let's just take another look at this beauty of a run from Banky. Beats 1, beats 2, and just knows that there's 2 more running on her, and I think it was that initial moment dotted down on the grass that got the try awarded. Maggie Banky, well done there.
Off the leg, play on! Never hit her hands, play on!
And so they will play on now off the kickoff. It didn't go 10, but Eau Claire elected to go for it. Bounced off of their leg, went to the Vassar player's hands, and so Vassar, not the kick they wanted, but they were able to retain possession.
Keep coming, 8. Next job, 8. That's a long, no. You guys were all bound in there. You were all bound in.
And so it will be a penalty. And so what happened there, Tang was already bound. There were players attached to her in the ruck. And so if you're already bound in the ruck, you're not able to pick up that ball and run and go. So that's sportsmanship there too that you can see. Checking in on the player before they ran off. Look, you're battling for everything on this field, but the sportsmanship in rugby is completely unmatched. What a great example right there. And another beautiful kick there, putting pressure on Robinson. This time now Scottaboo with a big tackle there. Eau Claire putting on so much pressure. This time it's through attacking pressure, and I love seeing that. Vassar now looking for answers.
Through the gate, go, no.
Just the pressure, non-stop. Now this one, offsides. And so it will be a Vassar penalty this time. They'll look to reorganize and go for a kick for touch.
I mean, the complexity of this last 22 minutes of this matchup have absolutely changed after that Wisconsin-Eau Claire try. And if we notice, Wisconsin are starting to rely on that boot just a little bit more. They were able to get the favorable bounce earlier in this second half. Jude Robinson is working extra time, and they noticed that she started to slow down. They're not moving at the same pace that they had at the beginning of this match. They're going to test the boot and put that 15 under as much pressure as possible, and it might bode well for them.
Totally agree, and I mean, I think that's what they've started to unlock here. And there's been a lot of good matchups, individual matchups across the field, but Scadaboo and Robinson, we've seen these two go back and forth all 59 minutes so far of this match. I've loved watching them battle it out. So we'll go to another scrum here. This time goes to Eau Claire. And I mean, you can hear the energy pumping. You can hear the cowbells going down here in Texas. What more could you want? Eau Claire now with the put in. Graham looking for that ball. Gets it out to Ludi. Ludi to the 12 here. Oh, nice little soft pass here to Scadaboo, inserting from the wing here. Great little line there, a soft little ball there from Chamberlain. Good hands on that pass. Rid's able to hold on to it. Ludi looks to go, hit the forwards. This time Tess.
No hands now, that's a ruck.
Feeling a little bit more confident is this Eau Claire side now. Looking to just try to play. Geiger out here, getting to go forward. Man, and just you can tell, look, Geiger's out there with the width. I mean, they're just stretching across the field, including their forwards, causing Vassar to make mistakes, so they will go through a quick tap. Here goes Shrubas. Shrubas now driving, battling with Tang. Will not be stopped. Finally is. Geiger with another pick. Again, defending the line now is Vassar. Ludi with the ball. Here we go, Scadaboo. Now out to Rid. Gets it out to Buckley. Does Buckley stay in? She does. Really stretching the width, just like we said a moment ago here. Look at all those Vassar players so compressed now. They're trying to scramble, trying to build the wall on the other side of the field. Can Eau Claire get that quick ball out? You can see the holes in the Vassar defense. Where's Eau Claire going to attack? Yes, great hole there from Geiger. Spots a gap in the defense, and they'll continue to play on now. Ball hits the deck, but does go backwards, initially at least. And the drama continues, Lance. It is now going to be a turnover. It will be a Vassar scrum.
Vassar is starting to slow down, especially around the edge. It is substitute time for sure. Eau Claire has had success going to that 15-meter channel, attacking wide. But
I don't know
the
if you
chase
look
from
at
the inside. Go ahead.
I don't know if you just saw Jacob's face there, Lance, but just a face of despair and fatigue there.
Hey, move up!
Momentum's changing. Huge pressure from Eau Claire. Really taken down now. Can Vassar get out of here cleanly? It's not an area where you want to play around with the ball, and Eau Claire just riding some momentum here, it feels.
Keep moving through that, keep moving through that, Vassar.
Starting to build some more territory here. Author's just digging deep there, and here we go through Jacoby now. We'll switch back inside. Nicely timed there, Sumro. Sumro gets it cleanly back, able to play quickly as Vassar. Referee blows this up. stops play here for what looks like might be an injury. Doesn't look like she's able to put a lot of weight on it, but she has put in a massive shift this game. So Vassar will take a moment here, but Lance, it really feels like the momentum has switched over here. Eau Claire just putting so much pressure on and changing the tides here.
And the fact that Vassar held onto the ball the way that they have over this last 2 minutes after so much pressure from Eau Claire, continuous pressure. And we seen earlier she struggled to get up. There was a bit of sportsmanship from the Eau Claire side. Now with the absolute sub, 17 minutes for glory for number 17 stepping on the pitch. We'll get a name for you in a second, but Vassar has a great opportunity, and I can't wait to talk about this on the College Rugby Show. Pat Clifton, Wendy Young, and I will talk about everything that's happened over this weekend. So many great games, so many great matchups, so many great storylines, and this match is coming to the bitter end with both teams giving everything they have. What a D2 national championship we have on our hands.
And Lance, I can't wait to hear you all recap the events of the weekend on the College Rugby Show. We just saw it on the billboards there in that shot earlier. If you are a rugby fan, even if you're not, you gotta go check it out. It is great content that this team is putting out, led by the one and only Lance Kavanaugh, as we revisit the pitch. So calling, not rolling away on Ann Tess. We saw the injury to Vassar. Huge effort put in there, and now Nina Fishman, the number 17, who just ran onto the pitch, she comes in now to fill the boots for her teammate. As Weil looks to kick for touch. And again, just a little bit more relief for this Vassar side.
Blue six, you're off. Time off.
And so now more subs coming on now. This one is Lexi Fisher, who is subbing for Dexheimer. Again, it is 16 minutes left to play. Eau Claire down by just 2 scores here. Needs 2 converted tries at this point. Plenty of time to fight for that. Vassar looking to try to extend this lead further, but still have 50 meters work left to do. Does well to work a few extra meters for Vassar. Again, the forwards just being very efficient for Vassar, able to get a few extra meters on every pick off of the ruck and support immediately off of every one. You can tell there's discipline there.
You're bound in.
Just as I say that, Lance, discipline goes away. Talk about that size mismatch, but Bailey not being afraid to go in for that hit.
Remember, same thing for you, Blue. Make sure you're not bound now.
Claire giving Vassar a taste of their own medicine now. This time through Srubas. Srubas has been making some immense carries since stepping onto the field. This time through Unti. And now looking for another little kick. Winger was up, and so there's plenty of space left to play. A lot of pressure now from Eau Claire. But talk about getting it out free, and now Robinson in support, getting that ball from Dramashkin. Robinson continuing to go, finally taken down after 3 Blue Gold players throwing their bodies at them. Now supporting Bailey. Tang, who has had a massive shift this game, been really impressed with their work rate this match. You can hear the yells from the sideline, pleading for a call, but really just looking for low body contact. The switch was read well, defended well here. So they will continue to go this side. And it's Tang once again, but this time pushed back by this Eau Claire defense. Good contact there from Dramashkin. Dramashkin will take it all the way. Dramashkin Brilliant effort from the winger there. And that will be the first try for Vassar this half. Leah Dermashkin with the big try to respond back.
That is bonkers. Damaskin from Yonkers bouncing away a defender. Perfect opportunity when the team needed it most. With Eau Claire seizing so much momentum, having so much go forward, able to counteract the kick by Eau Claire. Counter back with great ball carry. Cohesion with the forward pack, and when one player needed to step up for the team in a triumphant moment, we have found it. And this conversion can push the lead back to that 19-point lead that was earlier laid out for us today.
Conversion
but what
just
a
goes
moment for
wide.
Vassar.
Conversion just goes wide, right of the post, and just like you said, Lance, in just a moment. Look at that body position. Gets low, is able to shrug off, has the mismatch on the outside, and Dermashkin just off to the races, the sophomore. You can see the relief right there. I did it. I dotted it down. So Vassar now finally responding. It has taken them good 25 minutes or so to get points on the board this second half, extending the lead now. It is 24-5, getting back underway. Jacoby cleans up that ball. Receives the kickoff nicely, and again, the familiar pick and goes to start off Vassar's passage of play. However, the poach there from Eau Claire able to win it back. And here we go off to the races on the other side now. Stepping up now with this punch is Srubas yet again. Grimm wanting picks off of this ruck, backing away from it, and so the troops come in. Pressure from Vassar, but off her feet now. So Eau Claire will go for yet another one. Again, just trying to pull in as many Vassar defenders as possible. Again, this has been such a physical battle these 70 minutes. Moody looking for options. Nice little pass, well-timed pass there, but gets tackled immediately is Buckley. And it will be the well-timed poach there from Vassar. I think that was Sarah Wagner there to get that ball back for the Brewers.
The timing of this defensive team that Vassar has shown today has been as close to perfect as you can get against a team like Wisconsin Eau Claire. They're bringing players down with immediacy. Eau Claire is not allowed to break tackles and run for extra meters. And when they do break the line, Jude Robinson on the back end, Sophia Bailey chasing from the inside in that scrum half position. Wingers and such, everyone working together to bring these ball carriers down. What a defensive performance we've seen in these 70 minutes.
It's been a brilliant effort on both sides of the ball. Really just what you want from the final throw. Doesn't like go straight, but no contest from Eau Claire, so does play on. That ball was going backwards, so Bailey wisely takes it out of the maul. Robinson gets that ball stripped out from none other than Scataboo. Again, that showdown between those two have been loving it all match. And so it will be a penalty. Vassar not rolling away. You can see the body on the floor there. Eau Claire looking for this momentum, looking to build on this energy now. Gets the ball out to the right side. Hands out to Scataboo now, back into Buckley's hands. Buckley cuts back in. Tackled now by Wagner. Looking to put pressure on his Bailey and teammates, but not going anywhere. Grimm not getting that ball out, seeming to want some sort of forward pick. Scataboo gets it out now. Srubas breaking the gain line there. But pressure immediately from Vassar. Can Grimm get that ball out? She has to. But now is bound in and unable to do so. Eau Claire's got to get in there. Eau Claire's got to dig in. You can hear the screaming. And somehow gets it out now. You can see an injury on the floor there. And it will be a non-releasing call on Eau Claire. Turnover to Vassar.
And Vassar's ability to slow ball down on those consecutive rucks led to them having great defensive alignment. Their line speed defensively has been shutting a lot of the action that Wisconsin Eau Claire can create for themselves. But those last two rucks and the way that they poured bodies and resources into those rucks created a slow ball situation that allowed their defense to line. Unfortunately for Eau Claire with the not releasing on the tackle, but great defensive structure and standing by this Vassar side.
Exactly, and if you're still somewhat new to rugby watching at home, exactly what Lance was saying of the Vassar defense just able to tie in so many bodies and create slow ball for Eau Claire, not able to get it out quickly, also buys time for those outside defenders to just run up and launch super hard. It's creating problems. It has been creating problems for this Eau Claire attack all game. As we see the Coast Guard Academy, at least one player, two players, seeing that they're on screen now. Coast Guard lost to Vassar yesterday. That was a rivalry as old as time. I believe those two teams have faced off 9 times. I think Vassar has won 8 of those 9 times. We hope that the injury to Eau Claire, we hope she is okay. We saw her getting helped off of the field, but play resumes, 8 minutes left now. Vassar through Jude Robinson on the attack. Quick pickup from the base. Lots of players there, but picked up by Kessam Scott. Not finding much, so it will go through Tang. Tang gets an extra meter. This time picked up by McKinney. Slow ball now coming out for Vassar. Eau Claire set up well now, putting a lot of pressure on. Didn't get any meters gained on that one, so now they'll like to play out wide. Going out the back to Robinson. Robinson looking to shake off the defender, looking to try to get that ball out, but cannot. Quick ruck, picked up by Weil. Weil with the double step here. Not able to escape her opposite, Megan Moody. Bailey says, I'm going to go myself now. Tackled yet just a meter later. And Vassar will do the same thing on the left-hand side. Immediate consolidation out this ruck. Quick picks. This time getting it out wide more quickly. This time they'll look for a switch back inside. This time through Manitis. Manitis gets tackled. The ball bounces off of a Vassar foot back into Eau Claire territory. And now Eau Claire with possession. It's going to be a one-on-one here again with Scadaboo, but Scadaboo met with immediate pressure, but there is the advantage from the referee. Grimm trying to get some order in her forwards. Geiger's been a force all game. As has teammate Smelser. Smelser now taking it in. Doesn't get a lot of meters on that one.
Come on, Maddie!
Gets that ball through now. Spots the gap. See the Vassar sideline there, just cheering on the defense here. Even more now, ball has skirted out of bounds. The Vassar sideline loving that.
I mean, the defensive MVP steps up once again for their side. Jude Robinson once again showing up from the fullback position, snuffing out Eau Claire's real opportunity. And it begs the question, 5 minutes left. Does Eau Claire have the firepower to score 19 points, 3 tries in 5 minutes in order to get back in this matchup, especially with Jude Robinson hovering in the background at essentially safety. We're looking at an Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu level of back-end play to protect that try line, absolutely destroying all chances for Eau Claire after incredible line breaks.
So right there, what a good shot of Robinson that we were getting as you were describing that, Lance. Has been immense for this squad, but as you said, Eau Claire now, as they get down for this scrum, they've got to dig even deeper than they ever have to figure out how to get those points on the board. It starts with putting pressure on this scrum right here. Bailey puts the ball in now. Kept in by the back row. Bailey now gets it out to Weil. Just a simple switch back inside to Sumrow. Sumrow gets about 10 meters off of that. Simple play that worked well for them. But it will be blown up. Looked like it was a diving over call. So support wasn't able to keep their feet, but Sumrow slow to get up. Looks like she is all right.
Time back on.
Sometimes you just get a face full of dirt, especially as your teammates are supporting you very quickly. And away goes Eau Claire now. Eau Claire needing to make the most of this opportunity. It's do or die now for the Blue Golds. Looks for a kick. So far, that's worked well for them. Collected now by Scottaboo. Scottaboo on the run now. Shaking off the defense, but not Robinson. And both Robinson and Lynch work together to shut Scottaboo down. And yet another turnover.
I'm sorry.
One thing you can count on, especially after what I've seen today, Death, Texas, Jude Robinson on the back end playing incredible defense. As you see, Badger Kings in the background rooting on the Wisconsin Eau Claire side. On the left with the blue hoodie, he's watching Jude Robinson play incredible defense on the back end.
We are inside the 22.
Without Jude Robinson in the back, I don't believe Vassar would even be in this game, let alone winning by 19 points.
Truly a star player for this squad, but lots of great individual performances across this Vassar team. We saw Tang just finally get some rest, has put in quite the shift. As we see Sumrow with another nice big carry.
Offside back line.
You can hear the clear comms from the referee. Eau Claire backs caught off sides, and so they have the advantage now as Vassar. They've got 2 minutes left to play. All they've got to do now is kill the clock. So they'll do that through multiple repeated forward carries here. And now Bailey will get it out. No more advantage, says the referee. So Julia Wolf will settle that ball and go once more through Niehaus on the right side this time.
Time off. Hold. Both captains, please.
Let's see what the referee has to say here.
All right. So both teams are playing the same style of ball. They want to pick at the back of the breakdown, right? Okay. Sometimes you do it right, other times you do it incorrectly. If they are bound on, they cannot unbreak the bind and pick up from the middle. Okay, so both teams are, you've been hedging your bets, all right? So let's clean it up there, okay? We only have 2 minutes left, okay? 1 second, yep. 1 second.
So Foley has finally had enough. Again, the bound-in penalties that he's been seeing from both sides. So when you are bound in the ruck, as we say hi to, look at that field producer, Nick over there, doing such a good job on the ground for us. So referee just making sure that, now let's get a look at that beautiful trophy there. Unless things change drastically, it looks like it's going to be Vassar hoisting that up in just a moment here.
Oh, was I? Oh, good. I had no idea. Okay, bring it, yep. Time off. What number, please?
So time has been called off.
Vassar, 12. Vassar, number 12. You're off. 12 off.
So Maddie Sumrow will come off. That's Michaela Weldon coming on. Sumrow forgetting her sub penny.
Time on.
So Weldon will get just over a minute to play on the pitch here. Eau Claire throwing it in, doesn't go to hands, instead goes to Wolf's hands. Vassar now looking to kill the remaining 62 seconds.
Number 20, high tackle. 20, high.
So yet another penalty for Vassar. So they'll just take their time.
Time is correct.
Looks like they're gonna quick tap though. Taking their time to get going though. 40 seconds left. So look for another big carry here. Again, just eating away at the clock. 30 seconds remaining in this Division II final. Vassar just feeling it. You can hear the cheers starting to grow from the sidelines now. 10 seconds left. Eau Claire now, last opportunity to get some more points on the board. Giving it everything they've got now. Wanting to leave one last mark here is Eau Claire. Receives that kick cleanly. Sprinting for the other sideline now is Rid. Picking and going is Chamberlain there. And can they get across the whitewash here? We're past full time, but play will not be stopped until there is another whistle. Claire continuing to play. Now imposing at the attacking 22, looking to get that off his Chamberlain. Ball gets back into Scadaboo's hands. Does she get out of bounds? She is tackled out. And you can hear the final whistle now. Vassar, your new Division II national champions. They have taken over. They have asserted dominance all season. The last mark of a perfect record, and now they claim the title for themselves. The Vassar Brewers are your 2024 Division II national champions.
What a beautiful moment. What a beautiful moment for this team.
What an unbelievable finish to an absolutely crazy, crazy final. You guys put the gas on early, and you didn't let off the whole time. What an unbelievable journey from last season to now. As our own commentator said, Lance, Death, Taxes, and Jude Robinson in the backfield. Unbelievable. How does it feel?
It's incredible. I'm just so incredibly proud of this team and all the work that we've put in. And I'm just in Bailey for her amazing comeback season. I couldn't be happier with the success that we've had this season.
And Sophia, we talked last year. Obviously, now you are officially a national champion. You put in so much work. You were everywhere at once. What did you do this season? What is the mentality of this team for you guys?
This season we came in and we knew what we were capable of last year, and we wanted to make sure we showed everyone what we were capable of this year. And we just really wanted to show everyone what we could do, and we had trust in our team, and that's it. I'm so proud of everyone. Yeah, I'm not very coherent, but I'm very proud.
Well, I wouldn't be either. Go ahead and celebrate with your team. Congratulations to Vassar College on being national champions. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler, and just amazing to hear just the raw emotion, or see the raw emotions, hear the raw words from two of the star players. What an amazing match, Lance. Any last thoughts here?
Well, the team that was most aggressive early on got the big lead and were able to hold it. To able to get revenge back from last year's final is one thing. The comeback story, Sophia Bailey breaking her ankle in the back end of the season, in this same matchup, and be able to come back, show what she has to bring to this game, get a try to extend her amazing try run over the course of the season. Jude Robinson in the back end, the leadership from the forwards to never give up. Very gritty side, deserved this championship. Top of the mountain. Congratulations, Vassar College, and a big shout out to Eau Claire going back-to-back, just not able to get that third.
Two very strong programs and just immense rugby today. Ultimately, it is Vassar who emerges victorious over the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. Something tells me that we will see both of these teams back next year. But for now, it will be celebrations. Vassar, your Division II national champions for 2024. On behalf of Lance and our entire crew at Next Level Rugby, I'm Bree Kim. We thank you so much for tuning into the 2024 National Collegiate Rugby Championships, and we hope you'll join us next time.